Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Eric H, and I'm here with Frankie Type R, the GOAT from Full Size Run.
What up?
We're going to be doing a really dope challenge today. We're going to be picking from 3 categories. We're going to be picking a back-to-school type shoe that we would rock back in the day when we went to school, whether it was high school, middle school, whatever the case may be. We're going to do 3 categories, divided up. We're going to be doing a $300 price range, a $500 price range, and the big boys, the tanks, the $1,000 price range, which is going to be like the big whoppers. And you know how it is. You're going to have some crazy shoes, crazy variety in the store because there's so much to choose from. You could go from like a Travis Scott, Sean's, you never know what you're going to pick.
Or we're going on there too?
Yeah,
Okay.
It just keeps you going.
All right, so Eric, you're telling me that we're just going to pick a shoe at the $300 price range, so a $300 under, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean, if it's $310, I'm not going to kill you. I mean,
Okay.
Maybe I will if it's $510. I don't know yet.
So then under $300, under $500, and then under $1,000 and under.
Yep.
Okay. And we're going to pick from this sneaker wall?
Yep, it's going to be all full-size run shoes.
Okay.
You got some
I
crazy
like
stuff
it.
in here.
Yeah, I like the idea. Back to school shoes. Okay, I got some ideas in mind already.
I know you start high school, I think, Monday, so we want
Yeah.
you looking fire, first day of classes, first day of school. You want to look a little
I might
fresh.
flex a little harder for my
Yeah.
first day of school,
Yeah,
but, you know.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right,
I got some ideas. Let's get right into
All
it.
right, let's do it.
All right.
It's a tough choice. There's so much stuff on the wall.
I didn't let them see mine.
Now you're not letting them see it. So I went with one of my favorites. I went with the pine greens. I mean, I wanted to cop these on release, but I know there was like some crazy release like 3 a.m. when they first came out, and obviously I'm sleeping. I mean, who's going to be up for that? And then obviously I missed out on sneakers. Yeah, you're probably up there waiting. But I remember I like passed out at 2 a.m., woke up, I'm like, shit, I missed the pine greens. It was an easy cop. Missed them. And obviously sneakers, you know how it is. It's insane hitting on sneakers. But this is definitely a shoe I would rock. It's a fall type of color. You could rock it in the fall, winter. I mean, I know the pine green color is literally made for fall. I know they got like Supreme does a lot of pine green in the fall.
Easy
I
to
think
match with.
Yeah, definitely. It's a cool shoe. I mean, you could do like an all black outfit for the winter. You could do a lot of different things with it. So that's why I picked it. So
Okay.
now we gotta see what you got.
That's not a bad choice. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't expect that to be your choice, but it is a really good choice. I didn't even think about time frame and school season timing, but I still am happy with my choice. So I have picked the Jordan 4 Cool Grays. Obviously, what's cooler than a cool gray? But I really like this shoe because I just love that neutral gray color. And I mean, if you ever seen my car, it's kind of like the color of my wheels.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of cars coming out lately. I'm a big car head, if you guys don't know. Coming out with like a neutral kind of gray color. And this just flows, It's not a white, it's not a black. It's just a plain all-around gray. And these were super like easy to cop. There's a ton of pairs made. I think these are going to go up a lot in value as well.
Definitely over time.
Right. But as of right now, they're sitting close to retail in certain sizes. So I think this is an awesome shoe to pick up for the school season. It's definitely a nice budget shoe and definitely a shoe that I have in my own personal collection.
I like the yellow accents on it. It makes the shoe pop a little bit. You could definitely work a lot of different fits with it. So I mean,
Right.
for the price it is, I mean, under $300. I mean, I could see a lot of people rocking these. Like if you're a high school kid and you're just trying to ball and you got a little bit of a budget, cool grays are definitely like a shoe you want to go with. I mean, you might want to get them before they go up in price because I mean, imagine like in October they're probably going to hit like a high price, but.
Yeah, I could see these sitting around $500 all day long.
Yeah.
I mean, the breads are starting to climb too.
Yeah.
That was one of my other choices. It was either this or a bread 4. I mean, a 4 is just awesome. It just seems so like, I don't know. To me, the shoe looks very futuristic.
Definitely,
so I feel like I don't know. I always feel like a techie kid would wear this. I don't know why I think that, but for some reason I do. And I think the bread 4s, I feel like you're gonna see them more common because it's so much more iconic than the cool grays. But for that reason is why it would stand out a little bit. But it still has some hype behind it and a good price range. So
Definitely.
Yeah.
So this is going to be our 300.
Yep.
And now we're going to hopefully see what we can get for like a 500, We got a little bit more of a budget to work with. We can get some of the more hype shoes you guys probably know. I mean, that's close to like an off-white shoe and a Yeezy maybe. I mean, something kind of hype. So let's see. What do you think? Are you thinking anything like?
I'm not going to give it away.
That's true.
Let's hit the wall,
All right.
man.
Oh my goodness, look what we got. 2 Yeezy boxes.
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean.
And we kind of can't not do a Yeezy,
That's true. I mean, under 500, there's so many options to choose from.
Right.
you want the honors first?
Yeah, you know what? You went first last time, so I would. So my choice was a Yeezy 350. I picked the cream white classic. I mean, kind of old of a shoe. They came out a while ago, and they re-released them, then re-released them again on Yeezy Day. But with that being said, the price keeps climbing on these, so you know that these are gonna always be in style. I mean, this is like the nowadays more comfortable Air Force One. You know,
fair. I see
mean,
so many people
yeah, you see people buy like 10 pairs of these. You know, like once they get dirty, they kind of throw them away. Although they're really easy to clean. But so yeah, I picked the cream Yeezy, all white, very versatile. Can go with anything. You could dress them up. You could dress them down. You could wear a normal outfit with them, or even shorts. You could work out in them.
Yep.
Whatever, So I mean, just clean all white shoe. Around $350 to $400-ish, I believe they're going for right now. Yeah, this is definitely my go-to shoe, and also the first Yeezy I've ever owned, personally.
That's fair. Me too. I mean, that's like, I think a lot of people are going to comment probably my first Yeezy was a Yeezy Cream. I think it's just because it was so affordable at the time,
Right.
and there was so much of a stock, and with the restock, I mean, I remember Kanye promised that everyone was going to get a pair of Yeezys, and this was like the first Yeezy to really
Right.
deliver that, where they
1
didn't sell
million
out.
of them.
Yeah,
a million pairs, and that's still crazy that they still have such a high resale value.
Definitely.
Everyone thought Yeezys were going to brick after that. And the cool part about this shoe is, like, I figure it's everyone's first kind of Yeezy, that or maybe a Zebra if they got into it a little bit late, because they want a Yeezy that they could wear with anything. They didn't want to do a crazy color that they're spending all of this money, because frozen yellows even back in the day. I remember when they were going for $1,000.
Yeah,
So it's like, as opposed to going to spend $1,000 on frozen yellows, and it's like, oh, when am I going to wear this crazy yellow color, and it's spending that much money to never wear the shoe didn't work out. And at the time, the only other option besides this was like Pirate Blacks, still $1,000.
Yep.
Breads, which was still is over $1,000. So to have a shoe that was versatile, that you could wear all the time, have the comfort of an everyday use and the price of an everyday use, this was the go-to one for your first Yeezy. And then the addiction starts after that, and you're like me and own every single pair.
Exactly. And I think you can wear that all year round. I mean,
yeah.
I've seen people wear it in the fall, winter, spring, summer. I mean, a lot of people are going to argue, oh, it's a summer shoe, but, like, come on. Like, that literally can go with any outfit. I mean, it, like you said, it's a white Air Force. I mean,
right.
Like, you could dress, like, blue jeans, black jeans, brown jeans. I've seen so many different, like, types of colorways that you can match it with and really make the outfit pop. And I think it's a huge statement on a lot of people. I mean,
yeah.
You could downplay the Yeezy. You can make it like your statement piece. You can make it really anything. There's a lot to do with the cream, and I think it's a really good choice, honestly.
Right. Thank you. What'd you pick?
So I went with the shoe that when they came out 2 years ago, there was a lot of controversy. A lot of people were looking at Kanye asking, like, bro, like, what are you doing? And that is the ultimate dad shoe. I mean, you could say Balenciaga Triple S's might be the dad shoe. I'm going to say the Yeezy Wave Runners are. And these are just straight heat, They restocked a couple weeks ago, but holy crap, I mean, it's a really sick shoe.
Yeah, I hated that shoe.
Same, honestly.
When it came out, I hated that shoe. And it wasn't until, like, I had a pair my size and was reselling, obviously, and had a ton of pairs. I was like, let me put one on. And it was instant love. I loved them from then, and I still own a pair. And I dog my pairs. I've had a couple already. But, yeah, the Wave Runner's an awesome pick.
I mean...
And I feel like same thing with this. I mean, that more than this, but... That's going to go up, as seen in the past. I mean, those shoes were sitting at original release around, $1,000, over $1,000. And then re-release still sitting at $700.
I know.
And then again re-release. Now we could talk $400 or $500. But still a shoe that's going to go up over time, because that's almost equivalent to this. It's, everyone is always going to wear one,
exactly.
A Wave Runner. And some people just love that. And it really brought the 700s to light. Like, I hated all 700s.
Yeah,
and then I got a pair of those.
I hate the 700s to this day. I won't wear any one besides the Wave Runners, just because, like, it's such a statement piece. I mean, it pops, Everyone knows what it is when it's on your feet because of the controversy it created when it originally came out. And I've seen people wear, like, they'll wear basketball shorts with them. They'll wear jeans. They'll wear dress pants. And it's just so many different types of styles come together with this one shoe. And, I mean, realistically, it's an affordable price for a Yeezy. I mean, you could argue, like, 4 or 5 is what it's sitting at now is, like, maybe absurd, but, like, for what you're getting out of it, you're getting, like, pretty much one of the shoes that paved the way for the dad shoes. I mean, I want to say that this brought life to it.
I think that's not even up for debate. I think it is the bring back of the dad shoe. I really do. I think it was just so funky that people bought it to kind of, like, stand out. Yeah. And then it grew on people to actually truly liking the art behind the shoe. It really made everyone else step up their game and everyone else make a dad shoe. Definitely. I mean, who was really making a dad shoe before that? None that I've seen on feet,
yeah.
unless you're talking like Nike Air Monarchs, the grill and fives.
I mean,
but
yeah.
like, that's a literal dad shoe. But this
Yeah.
is like the more hype version of the quote unquote dad shoe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that is the original dad shoe in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. I mean, even the triple S's, they didn't get light until this
exactly,
crazy. I mean,
exactly.
I don't even think Balenciaga was making them like they were now. I mean, they make like 5, 6, 7 colorways every season.
Yeah, there's a ton of colorways.
And I mean, it's because the dad shoe's in, and it was in 2017, and it's still in today. I mean, you see like Fear of God try to make their own different types. You see Yeezy doing different type of colorways because it's selling. It's a fire shoe. And I mean, everyone knows when you're rocking this at school. I mean, people are they're gonna snap their necks looking at this. I mean, it's a crazy shoe, definitely. And, I mean, for the piece of history it is, I mean, you can't really pass it up.
Right, that's the cool part about it. And now that when you said that Balenciaga thing, that kind of makes sense, and it's kind of funny because I feel like the Yeezy brought a lot of light to the sock, the speed trainer. I feel like no one really rocked those Balenciagas until the Yeezy because it's almost the same shoe.
Yep.
I mean, I wouldn't say the Triple S is the same shoe as that, but same style of that. You know what I mean? But this is almost identical, minus the whole. It goes all the way up.
Yeah, bulks out has the same features.
Right,
definitely.
same exact feature, same prime knit. And funny enough, I mean, I wouldn't because I think they would look ugly, but wear Yeezys without laces. But the laces really don't do anything for it.
Yeah.
Hence why the speed trainer doesn't even have laces.
Exactly.
Most of the time, So, yeah, you ready for the big boy, the heavy hitter?
I'm ready for the heavy hitter.
All right, let's do it. You know what you're getting?
I am.
You do?
Yeah.
I feel like I know what you're getting too.
Well, all right,
I'm going to get mine first. All right.
So I can't really hide this one. I have no idea what yours is, but I mean, I think it's pretty obvious what I picked.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, because getting it out of that box would have been a pain.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And I went with the Fear of God 1. I mean, this shoe's not talked about as much as it used to be. I know to me it was one of the shoes of the year that I really wanted. I think it's still one of the most crazy shoes. I think it's similar to a Yeezy 750, but to me it's less bulky and it's more of a sleek look. And to me it's just more of a subtle flex. I mean, everyone nowadays knows what a Yeezy is, and I feel like Fear of God's like, you're downplaying it. I think what Jerry Lorenzo did on this is a lot different to a Yeezy, just with like the different accents they have on it. I mean, you have the Air Fear God on the inside, and it's just so many different things. You could pick apart such a basic shoe for almost an hour and find like a new thing. You could look at the shoe one time, see something, come back a week later and be like, oh, I didn't notice this. I mean, even right now, I'm looking at it right now, I'm like, so many different things.
Some things you didn't notice, yeah.
I didn't notice like the little Fear of God on the zipper. I didn't even notice like the zipper being like this metal piece. I mean, there's just so many different like qualities of it that really just makes it its own little unique type of shoe.
Yeah. I think it's a good choice. I really love that shoe. It is super comfortable. Hardest shoe to get off your foot ever. Or ever. Like that's why you see so many with like the broken zippers because like people trying to get them off. But it is pretty comfortable, but crazy hard to get off. One thing I did like about that shoe is Jerry Lorenzo almost didn't make it with Nike.
Really?
Because he said if he couldn't do it exactly how he wanted it, he wasn't going to make the shoe. And I love that because it's like he wants to stick to his art and he didn't want to be like, hey, I just want a Nike collab, so let me, just settle and let them do what they want with the shoe when it's my idea. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool. There was a lot of pictures of how I wanted it to be and how it actually came out, and they're very, very, very similar. But I love that shoe, and I like all the colorways of it, but I personally want to own the black pair first. But when that shoe came out, it was shoe of the year for me, too.
Yeah, I mean, the silk colorway, I mean, I think it's so subtle, but yet, like, you could rock it with, like, sweatpants.
Yeah.
I think it's just, like, such a cool look for, like, the winter, the fall. I mean,
it's very Jerry Lorenzo-ish.
Definitely.
Like, his colorways on everything that he designs is always, like, that tan, neutral, off-whitish color. I love everything that he makes. Like, obviously, I wear Fear of God all the time.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely, like, a shoe that is probably up there as, like, one of my all-time favorite shoes. I mean, I've been collecting sneakers, looking at sneakers for a while now, and this is just one of the shoes to this day, like, if I find it in my size and the price is not insanely high but still high, I'm probably going to pay like a little bit of a tax on it just because it's a shoe that I've wanted.
Yeah, and if you love it, why not?
Exactly, and it's so similar to a Yeezy 750, but yet, like I said, there's so many different aspects of it that do make it its own type of like high top shoe, and I think it's going to pave the way. I think in like a year or so, we're going to be looking back and be like, Balenciaga's going to be doing this, Gucci's going to be doing this, because they see how like Yeezy's doing it, Fear of God's doing it, they see all these luxury brands doing it.
Right.
They're going to start trying to bite it a little bit, and I think it's cool getting a part of history before it's history at the same time.
Right, that's a cool way to put it. All right, you ready to get into my shoe?
I am.
Let's have you guess. I mean, obviously you know what the box is. right? So what shoe do you think this is?
I was
I
gonna
highly doubt that you're gonna be able to guess it.
I was gonna guess the Prestos, but those are on your feet, so
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna give me an empty shoebox.
They're not Prestos.
I'm gonna have to say maybe like I can't see you picking a blazer either. Maybe you do. I'm gonna say Air Max 90, Nike swoosh. All right.
So does it change your mind with this Nike swoosh on the box?
I mean, I know that the Prestos, Air Maxes, and the Air Forces came in boxes similar to that. I know the Hyperdunk box is huge.
Yep, that's
So
true.
it's not
That's
gonna
true.
be
So,
that.
so is that your final answer? You're gonna go with the Air Max 90s.
No, I gotta change it now.
You okay? So what is it?
I'm gonna say it's a pair of black Prestos.
Black Prestos? Okay. Oh, you should have stood with the original
No.
answer. Yeah, I picked the Air Max 90 black colorway. When I was thinking of back to school, I was thinking something that you could wear every day, because, if you're going to school, you're not obviously a sneakerhead and you don't have, a million pairs of shoes. I mean, if you do, that's awesome. I mean, I know I didn't. I only had a couple pairs of shoes when going to school, so I kept them
Same here, yeah.
in really good condition. So something versatile that you can wear all the time. The black one. I mean, I love the other colorway. With the mango kind of swoosh on it,
cool.
and the desert ore, I think they call them.
Yeah.
I love that shoe too, but I mean, for going to school and everyday use, this is the one. I mean, super subtle. It's just so nice, all premium like suede on it. I love this shoe, and I love an Air Max 90, and that's what does it for me. So an off-white one, just to kick it up a notch. And I feel like this is a shoe that's very slept on.
It is.
I don't see many people wearing them. I think it's one of the hardest off-white shoes that there is, and I don't have a pair my size. Even though we did have a pair that came to the store in my size, but we sold them, and I was sick about it because I had like a lot of bills to pay at the time, so I couldn't pick up a pair.
Yep.
But I was like, I need that pair for myself. But I still will get a pair. I mean, I'm going to SneakerCon this weekend, so if I find a good steal on one, maybe I'll pick one up.
Probably will.
But yeah, this is. That's my shoe for under $1,000, and this is more for personal because it'd be a really hard choice for me for this and the Blazers. But I'm not a Blazer guy. I've never owned a pair of Blazers.
I couldn't see you picking a pair of Blazers. just
Right.
because, like, if it was
But
out.
like I do love them. Like I could sit there and stare at that shoe for a while. But like the Grim Reaper ones, love them.
Yep.
Love them. So it was between this and that, and I was like, you know what? I'm giving my opinion on what I would pick, so I figured I'd pick the one I like better and the one I would wear and own.
I agreed. Because, like, me personally, my first off-white was actually the Air Max 90 OGs.
Was it?
It was.
Okay,
so I have, like,
awesome
a
to
soft
know.
spot for those. If you look at it, like, a lot of people are like, oh, the black one looks similar to an Air Force. And I get that to a point.
Yeah.
I've heard that so many times.
Yeah.
But when you really, like, sit down and look at that shoe, like, you see, like, the different suede, the different type of material on the top. I love the toe
I
on
don't
it.
even know what this material is.
Yeah.
But it's like, even like right here, I mean, I don't know if you can tell me what that is, but it's
Yeah.
not suede, but it's like this, I mean, I wouldn't even say it's maybe a premium leather. It's just so soft. Find it to be awesome, and I don't really like them with the white laces though.
Yeah.
I wish they did like the baby blue lace. I
Yep.
wish that was, like the color of that blue zip tie.
Definitely, yeah.
That would have been the choice of lace color for me on this. But awesome shoe.
Yep.
Super clean, very low top vibes. But in like high school, I always wore Air Max 90s.
Did you?
Yeah, I had a ton of pair of Air Max 90s, and like I used to beat them up so bad until like I was cutting the grass in them.
Yeah.
Like I would dog those things. But I loved these shoes. The Air Max 90s were the wave for me. It just looks very like, I don't know.
It's a subtle shoe. I mean, it's not gonna snap.
And I'm not an Air Force guy. No. Like, I'm really not. Like, I used to have Air Forces back in the day, but like when it comes to even the off-white Air Forces, like I love the MCAs. Those are super cool. And I got a pair of those for retail, and I'm still reselling them. Even though they're cool, it's not for me. It's still an Air Force at the end of the day. Even the MoMAs and the original OG ones, they're cool, but like I said, they're not for me. I like something a tad different, and I feel like this is it. And I feel like you'll see more people wearing the black or the Volt, maybe, because the Volts are really cool. Yeah. I feel like you'll see those more, the Air Force more, than you would the 90s. And
definitely.
Once again, another way to stand out.
Yep, because I know in my OG pair, I mean, I might have shed a tear when I had to sell them, just because, I mean, I beat them to shit.
And
I really did beat them. Like, those were like my daily shoe for like my sophomore year of college or junior year.
Wow.
Last year, whenever last year was, I was a junior. Junior in college, I wore those probably 2 or 3 times a week, just because I wanted to rock them. I'm not a firm believer in like holding your shoes. I think you should
rock them.
Yeah, you gotta rock them. And I think
unless you get like 2 pairs, then it's okay to stock them for a little bit, especially with these prices going all over the place now. But I'm not mad at you. I'd wear them too. I wear my shoes all the time. I mean, shoot, I dyed my Prestos.
Exactly. I mean, You also check that video out on his channel. It's a dope-ass video on him dyeing his Prestos. Yeah, I mean, I think the air bubble was so sick. I mean, my air bubble was literally, like, destroyed. It was like this disgusting yellow, and I was still wearing them every day because I just love the silhouette. I never was like into the Air Max 90s or Air Max 98s. I was a 97 guy. I always rocked the 97s.
Right.
I mean, my second pair of off-whites was the 97, the OGs as well, that they made more different colorways with the off-whites besides like the white, black, and the Mentas. I mean, looking at the Air Max 90s, I hope they do something new with it in the future because it's such a cool shoe. And like, my favorite part is actually the back of it right there. How the swoosh comes out. It deconstructs the shoe and then it reconstructs it and puts the swoosh around it. That was my favorite part.
Yeah, that is really cool.
It is just crazy on like all the shoes how they have that. It really makes it an off-white, but it stays true to the roots of like an Air Max 90. And that's why that's up there as probably my favorite off-white, maybe outside of like a Jordan, but that's just because it holds like a special place in my heart as being my first off-white, and I felt like the shit when I rocked those in college.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Not too many people in college had them. And a lot of people were like, holy shit, like, you got Air Max 90s. I was like, yeah. With that shoe, I was wearing like dress pants. I was wearing sweatpants. I was wearing jeans. Anything I could rock with it. And it would work.
Yeah, if I was ever big enough to do like a collab, if Nike came to me kind of like, with Jerry Lorenzo or something like that and was like, hey, Frank, we want to do a collaboration with you. What silhouette would you pick? And this might be it. It's something along those lines. It's going to be close to this if I was to design my own shoe. Probably be an Air Max 90. A couple other Jordans I would have in mind too that hasn't really been done. This is up there. I'd have to truly sit down and I'd probably spend hours and hours and hours just thinking of which silhouette I'd want to design myself. This probably would.
Fair enough. All right. So we had our three choices. I got the Wave Runners, the Sail or the Light Bone Fury God 1s, and of course the Pine Greens. My boy Frankie, he picked...
Got some the Air Max 90s for under 1,000, creams for under 500, and lastly under 300 cool gray 4s. And wow, I got some really neutral colors. I should probably expand.
But not a bad choice at all. These are some crazy shoes. I mean, there's some neutral colors, but
black, white, and gray. Sorry, guys. I picked very neutral colors. I mean, even though I wear a lot of crazy colors like my dyed Prestos, but I was thinking very back to schoolish. I was thinking about, like I said, you don't have a crazy collection, so you can't go. Because I remember buying like a pair of green shoes and then being like, I'm not talking down on your Pine Greens.
Oh, no, sir.
But then you have to find something to match with at all time. You know what I mean? So that's why I wanted to go with more neutral colors, something that you could wear every day, something that you could pick up any shirt. I mean, you could wear red with any one of these. You could wear purple with any one of these,
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I went with these. Because, like I said, I had a very vast, colorful collection of clothing when I was in high school. Yeah. So I needed very neutral shoes because if you couldn't match it perfect, then it's pointless to match at all,
And you got to get those to last you a while. I mean, I know for me, I had to get them last till my birthday. Yeah. It was like 5 or 6 months, and I had to get those to last until like the summer.
Mine was maybe a little bit more of a struggle. Mine was like, wait till next year. I mean, I was working at the time, so I could, obviously get my own shoes. And
I never liked to splurge on like a shoe too. At the time, I mean, when I was in high school, I was just saving my money. But I mean, now in college, I was like, I wanted to pick up shoes when I can get them.
Yeah, and you were probably working by college. What I was doing to get a new pair of shoes, if I wanted a new pair during school, was installing car radios for the seniors at lunchtime because we were allowed to go out and leave for our lunch break. I think they kind of like stopped that now.
Yeah.
But we used to walk down to the pizzeria and stuff like that, like physically leave school. In high school, even as a freshman, I think they stopped it now, or maybe they do it for seniors. Because people could get in their car, but we used to just walk. And we get like a half hour, 45-minute break, and there's ample time to go there and go back. But on that time, I would just skip eating, and all the seniors getting their first car asked me to install their radios for them because they didn't know how to do it. And I was really car savvy back then. So doing that for like $50 at a clip.
Not bad.
Get a pair of Jordans for, flex on them a little bit.
Probably get a pair off-white.
I mean, you can only get one in at a day.
True.
And not everyone had the money to go out and get, a new car, and then on top of that, not just get a car, but it's like, now go get a radio for it. Now, aftermarket radios were big back then, and they were super expensive. So if they got one, then I was the man to go to in high school.
I mean, I know with these two shoes, it's almost impossible for me to rock these in high school just because it's a struggle. But these is pushing it. I mean, if I was able to get these at retail, I'm beating these.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be lucky to get them 3 months in.
Yeah.
Definitely some great choices on my end. I know on your end, there's some crazy, a lot of variety. You got the Nike boys, you got the Adidas, you got some off-whites. Definitely different variety. So I just want to thank you for letting me come into the store, letting me look at these shoes. And if you guys want to know where you can get these shoes in these sizes, they have a lot of variety. This is that full-size run in Monmouth County in Eatontown, New Jersey. Check them out. crazy stuff. I mean, I don't know too many places that even had the Fear of Gods in stock, let alone a couple of them, which is crazy.
Right.
And, of course, your pine greens.
And we have tons of those.
You guys do, definitely. I mean,
Tons. I mean, we went crazy with court purples too, but those are all out.
Yep.
We're all out of court purples, but we had like 50-something pairs. I mean, we got damn near 50 pairs of the pine greens still.
and I'm going to take you up on buying a pair in my size on these joints because these are just phenomenal. Should we go ring it up?
Yeah, let's go bring it up.
All right.